Schools cost a lot of money. So what do you do when the populace doesn't want to pay for them? That is a common problem that regions around Minnesota deal with, including right here in Owatonna, where I sit in what is ultimately a success story for the education sector, but not at first. Because here in Owatonna, the first referendum to build a school failed by just 50 votes. The law in Minnesota states that in order to have a second referenda, you need to change the proposal by at least 10%. So they shrunk the size of the school, and then as an essential part of their strategy, they went for corporate sponsorship. In fact, you can see it just right over there with Wenger. That's one of the local businesses that paid for what ultimately amounted to 20% of the costs of this school. Another referendum was held, and this one succeeded by about a 5% margin. But one of the challenges with places like Owatonna is that you have multi-generational families who owned large swaths of land. Think farmers, for example. And school referenda in Minnesota have to be passed via property tax. The students who are served by this area are oftentimes first-generation Americans. In fact, the most spoken language after English is Arabic because of the large Somali population, followed by Spanish. These are the people who don't have as many property taxes to pay because they traditionally don't have as much land, and that creates a little bit of tension in communities like this. And yet, with that corporate sponsorship, Owatonna High School was able to successfully pass the referendum, and what you see behind me is what passes for a school. Look at this high school campus.